Hi everyone, and welcome to this video where I'm going to go through the course outline. And the course outline, I hope, is going to give you a lot of excitement so that you see exactly in the previous videos I kind of talked about what this course is and what it's not. Talked about my story, walked through Fiverr, but this is going to give you an outline of exactly what we're going to go through. So let's get right to it. So what to expect from this course? So the first thing is to understand what Fiverr is and how it functions, the basics. Two, the next thing is we're going to talk about brainstorming to determine the service you're going to provide. Some of you may already know, and even if you already know, I suggest that you still go through that module because it may give you some ideas. And the reason why I say that is because there's someone I helped on Fiverr who knew exactly what they wanted to do until we started talking and had them go through this process. And she decided to do something different. So even if you know what you want to do, still go through the process, go through the module. So we're going to brainstorm and determining what service you could provide. Some of you may not have a clue of what you want to provide, but by the end of that session, that module, you will. Okay, so the next one is researching your competition to differentiate. You're going to go online. Once you figure out the service, you're going to go online and you're going to start researching your competition. What do they offer? What is their minimum viable gig? And again, the minimum viable gig is what you deliver, what the boundaries are, and what you'll deliver for $5. What does your competition do? What do they deliver for $5? What are their gig extras? Are they top-rated sellers? Those kinds of things, and we'll go into that. The next thing is, to go back to number 3, is the reason why you want to do that is to figure out what they're doing and how to differentiate yourself, which is important. Okay, so number 4 here we have creating your gig. I'll be honest, I'm not going to show you how to go step by step and create your gig. One, it's extremely dull, it's boring. There are plenty of tutorials that are online that you could look at. What I'm going to do is give you the tips and techniques to create a gig so that it can be found within the Fiverr search engine. It's well written so that it meets all of the criteria, because you got to remember, you're writing the gig description, you're creating the gig title, the gig extras, not for you, but for the person who might be buying your service. Okay, the next one is actually differentiating yourself based on your competitive analysis. So we're going to go back to your competitive analysis and you're going to figure out ways to differentiate yourself. That's a pretty big module, but I'll break it down, and by the end of that module, you'll figure out exactly what you're going to do to differentiate yourself from the 10, 15, 20, 40, 50 other individuals out there who are offering a similar service to you. And if there are 50, don't worry about it, and we'll get to that. Okay, number 6 is delivering your service to the customer. I'm not going to show you how to deliver your service. I'm not going to show you how to do the service you're going to provide. I'm not going to show you step by step how to, click on this button to do this, click on that button. I'm not going to do that. Again, there's plenty of tutorials out there that are on YouTube, and it's pretty self-explanatory. What I am going to show you are the tips, techniques, lessons learned, and best practices for delivering to the customer so that you, as the seller, can make a customer for life. And again, we're talking about a long-term business, sustainable Fiverr business. So you want to make sure that when you deliver to your customer, you're making a customer for life. That should be your goal. Okay, so the next one, number 7 here, is marketing your Fiverr service. So, of course, you probably Field of Dreams is a movie, and in the movie they say, if you build it, they will come. That's not the way it works on Fiverr. You could build a gig and put it out there. Hang your shingle, as they say, put your gig out there, put your service out there for the world to see. And yeah, you'll probably get some traffic. You'll probably get some sales. But there are ways to market your Fiverr service. And most of the ones I'm going to talk about and give you ideas are free. Because if you're selling a service for $5, you're not going to pay, $5 per click using Facebook ads or what have you. So we'll talk about marketing your Fiverr service, and some of the ideas may not be suitable for your service. Maybe all of them are, but we're going to go through them. I'm going to throw out kind of a shotgun approach, throw out a bunch of examples, a bunch of ideas, and hopefully 1 or 2 of them will stick and you can use. Okay, we have number 8 here. Going up the Fiverr levels to earn more revenue. Fiverr has levels. What you do is you start off as a new seller and you finish off as a top rated seller. The more levels you increase, the more services, the more extras, the more upgrades and upsells you can provide to your clients. And so the more upsells you have, the more money, the more revenue you can make. And so you want to get from new seller to level 1 to then level 2 to then top rated seller as fast as possible. But you want to do it in a way that's, again, you're thinking long term. You're not using black hat or gray hat techniques. You're doing everything by the book, but you want to get up those levels quickly. Okay, number 9 here, continuously improve your service. Now, the whole idea here is that you have to improve your service. You can't just sit it out there and let it go for 6 months because things change. Your competition will start to learn. Sorry about the siren if you hear it. So continuously improve your service. There's a term in business called Kaizen. Kaizen means continuous improvement. And so you want to make sure that you're not sitting on your laurels and your gig gets stale. You want to go out there, and we'll talk about this every so often, put a new video out there, put new graphics, change up the wording, always trying to continuously improve not just your profile, your gig description, but also the service itself. Okay, number 10, scaling your gig for profits. I'm not going to get into that right now because you kind of need to have some background on that through the other modules to understand what that is. But just what I'll tell you is scaling your gig, creating new gigs for bigger profits. And it's not just creating, you have up to, I think once you reach top rated seller, I think you can have 20 gigs, I think, something like that. I'll have to look up all the details because they're always changing. So let's just say if you can put in 10 gigs, 10 services on Fiverr under your username, you can create 10, but there's a strategy to create the 10 in a very methodical and thought-provoking way to make sure that you're doing it the correct way and scaling your profits. Okay, the next one is overcoming challenges. Now, you're going to get buyers who are just real pains in the you-know-whats. You're going to have a lot of different challenges out there. You know, how do you deal with a problem customer? When you become overwhelmed, what do you do? If you don't have any sales, what do you do? A lot of challenges out there. You're starting a business. Any business out there is going to have its challenges. You're no different. So there are challenges and they have to be overcome. Sometimes the challenge will come and you have to face it head on, deal with it and move on. And so I'm going to give you some tips and techniques about the challenges you'll likely face as a buyer and then how to overcome them. Okay, the last one here is ranking higher in the Fiverr search engine. Now this is more, I guess, art than science. No one really, just like Google, no one knows exactly how the Google search engine works. No seller knows exactly how the Fiverr search engine works. There are some really crazy things out there, but no one really knows how it works. So those are all of the things that I'm going to go over. And so I'm really excited. I hope you see this course outline and you're really jazzed, really pumped, and you're ready to go. So that's it for this video. And let's go ahead and let's work hard. Let's get motivated and let's get through these modules. Let's get through this course and get you successful. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.